Turning now to education, Wisconsin public school students are doing a little better on standardized tests. Now, these test scores that we're going to be looking at are from last fall. Let's take a look. In reading, a little more than a third of the state students had scores that are considered proficient or advanced, the top two rankings. In math, the numbers are a little better, with just under half of the students scoring that high. Now, these are statewide numbers, remember? So what are the results in our area? Fox 11's Andrew LaCombe takes a closer look for us.
In northeast Wisconsin's largest school districts, WKCE scores are mostly going down. We looked at scores over the last 5 years. For math, scores for the state were up 2%. Appleton saw a 0.5% increase. However, Oshkosh dropped about 2%, and Green Bay went down nearly 11%. Green Bay is also below the state average when it comes to students who scored proficient or advanced on the test. The assistant superintendent of Green Bay schools emphasized these scores are from tests taken several months ago, so the results don't show changes the district has already made during this school year.
It's still a little early in the process of really looking at and analyzing the data. But in that process, what we'll do is we will look at our alignment of the curriculum. We'll look at best practices around math instruction.
Looking at reading scores, Green Bay, Appleton, and Oshkosh all dropped around 3% over the last 5 years. Overall, scores in the state were up 1%. Education professor Steve Correa says the test scores released Tuesday do not paint the entire picture.
You also have to include so many other demographic and cultural issues. It's population moving in, it's native English speakers, it's English as second language, English language learners, it's different communities.
But he says increasing student performance is not easy, and schools need to focus on groups that are underperforming. In De Pere, Andrew LaCombe, Fox 11 News.
Now, the results released today are the last under WKCE. Starting next spring, students are going to be taking the new online exams each year, and those tests are aligned with the new educational standards known as the Common Core. Meanwhile, voucher students did not quite do as well as the public school students on these tests. In reading, about 33% of the voucher students were proficient or advanced, those top two rankings. That compares to nearly 37% of the public school students. And in math, again, about a third of the voucher students were proficient or advanced, and nearly half of all public students scored that well. The voucher program expanded statewide this school year after previously being allowed only in Milwaukee and Racine. And you can check out results from individual school districts if you'd like. Just go to our website, fox11online.com, click on the news link section on our homepage.